A very good afternoon to all of you. I'm your tax expert, CS Vibhikar, and I'm here to resolve all your tax queries. So, if you have any query regarding that, you can subscribe my YouTube channel, CS Vibhikar. Also, you can comment on the comment section below and or give all your suggestions. So today I'm going to discuss about the latest changes which has been brought in ITR form applicable for assessment year 2020-21. So here is a very good news for all the assessees who needs to file their ITR form till 31st July. Now the CBTT has extended the due date in filing their ITR forms to 30th November. So this is a huge relief for all the existing businesses to bring back their businesses into normalcy, and it's a time-saving thing for them and time breather for all the tax offices. So there is again a possibility that the due date will further be extended. So you can keep an update on CBTT site and also stay tuned for the updates in that in my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to tell you about the major changes in ITR forms and briefly discuss about the old ITR form and the new ITR form. So here are the major changes which are about the major high value transactions. So what does this major high value transaction is? There are three major high value transaction which needs to be disclosed by all the assessees. So the first transaction says that if an assessee is depositing exceeding 1 crore rupees in a current account, then the disclosure of that needs to be disclosed. Second is about the foreign expenses exceeding 2 lakh rupees in a year, and third is about the expenditure done on electricity exceeding 1 lakh rupees in a year. So these are the three major changes which needs to be incorporated. If so, assessee can check if it has fallen under these three categories and accordingly give the disclosure in the ITR forms. Second major change is about the schedule of investments, donations, or any deposits made till July 19 period. So now there will be a separate schedule of investments which needs to be filled. The major reason behind bringing this separate schedule is with this pandemic thing going on, everyone is investing a lot, so department wants to make sure that there is proper details supported by the documents of all the investments till July 19. Um, so now, firstly, I'm talking about ITR Form 1, which is also famously known as Sahaj. It is applicable for all the individual HUFs having total income up to 50 lakh rupees, one house property, and all the salaried class employees. So they needs to give the additional disclosure of major high value transaction, as secondly about the schedule of investments. There is one additional thing which needs to be looked after, that the disclosure needs to be done in part A of general information, and there is one checkpoint where you needs to see that even if the assessee has income below the exemption limit, and if he falls under section 139 subclause 7, then also he needs to give the disclosure of major high value transaction. So the major rationale behind bringing this amendment is कि अगर आपकी इनकम स्लैब से एग्जेम्पशन स्लैब से कम है, फिर भी आप इतना मेजर एक्सपेंडिचर कर रहे हैं, तो आईटी इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट कहता है कि आप इतना मेजर एक्सपेंडिचर क्यों कर रहे हैं. सो आपको अब अगर आपको फाइल भी नहीं करनी है होती return. But because of this amendment, now assessee needs to file even if his income is below the exemption limit. So these are the two major changes which needs to be incorporated in ITR Form 1. ITR 2 form. Again, the applicability criteria is same. That is, it needs to be filed for all the individual HUFs which have no business profession and they have capital gain income. So the first major disclosure is about the major high value transactions. Second is about the schedule of investments. Third amendment is about the disclosure and bifurcation of carry forward loss schedule. So now the normal loss and the PTL loss. There is one schedule of PTL loss which needs to be disclosed, and the carry forward loss is for the house property, short term capital gain, and long term capital gain. Thirdly, fourth amendment is about the details of non-resident who does not have any bank in India. Now, to get the refund, easy refunds, the non-resident needs to disclose his foreign bank account details. And the fifth amendment is about the details of representative of the assessee. So if assessee is not filing income on his own and some representative is there through which he is filing the ITR form, then his Aadhaar details are of the representative is mandatory now. So these are the five major changes which has been brought in ITR forms. For the ITR 4, which is also famously known as Sugam, and again it is applicable for individual HUF having income less than 50 lakh rupees, and they fall under the presumptive income, that is under section 44 AD for business and 44 ADA for professions. The major changes which has been brought in this ITR form is first will be the same, that is the disclosure of high major value transactions. Second is about the schedule of investments again. Third is about the details of representative of the assessee, that is again the Aadhaar details will go. Fourth will be a very important amendment, that is section 80D. Now the in extensive disclosure of section 80D deductions need to be disclosed, and 80D is about the mediclaim of the assessee. So now there is a elaborative schedule of 80D which needs to be done now. And fifth and the last amendment which is needs to be incorporated in ITR 4 is about the pre-validation of bank account details. Now, if the assessee wants the IT refund, so they needs to pre-validate their bank details and link that with the Aadhaar, PAN and their mobile number. एंड आप ये कैसे कर सकते हैं, आप ये इनकम टैक्स की साइट पे जाएंगे एंड माय प्रोफाइल्स में जाके आपको प्री वैलिडेट का एक ऑप्शन दिखेगा, तो आप वहाँ पर जाके अपना बैंक अकाउंट लिंक कर सकते हैं पैन, आधार और फ़ोन नंबर से. सो दीज आर दी मेजर चेंजेस. सो आप बी केयरफुल रहिए ITR फॉर्म्स भरने के लिए, and you can check which ITR form is applicable for you. And yes, so please file the due dates, or please file your ITR forms till 30th November, and do all the timely compliances to save from the late fees and the interest. So yes, that's it for today. So if you have any thoughts or suggestion, I will welcome that, and I hope you will you like my video and the information has been useful to you. So stay tuned for all the latest updates, and please file your ITF forms till 30th November, and subscribe my YouTube channel CS Urbigal. Very good afternoon to all of you once again, and thank you all.